You're watching Camnet News. Thank you so much for choosing us. My name is Sharon Kalimbula. The top stories on our desk this evening. Vice President MUTALE NALUMANGO assures drug availability countrywide. LUSAKA'S KAUNDA Square Market turned into a dump site. CSOs pledged to support government in monitoring constituency development funds. In international news, Chad says it foiled destabilization bid by officers. And in sports news, former Chelsea striker and manager has died, aged 58.
Have you been facing perpetual failure, stagnation, spiritual, psychological, mental, marital, and financial challenges in your life and family? Do you experience generational cases or strange attacks in your life? Come and attend the first 2023 Breakthrough Overnight Prayer Meeting and learn about the battle that has been raging against your spirit, soul, and body. 2023 has been declared as the year of divine connection and elevation. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International or Camnet Television Headquarters. Date, 6th January 2023. Time, 20 hours to 05 hours. Speakers, Evangelist Jomas.
We are protected because God wants to see each one of us.
Bishop Tanda Peter Mlenga, Christian Word Center International, Bishop Chisenga, Hope of Glory, and your hosts, Pastors Victoria and Moses Chiluba.
This is your year. I said this is your year. Witches or no witches, you are going higher.
Amen.
Whether people don't want you to be promoted, you will go far. I said you will go far.
Note, the year has just begun. Come and be part of this great night and make a difference in your life, family, and business. Get tired of going in circles. Invite your relatives and friends. See you there.
From time immemorial, we have had different types of lighting options, from those that can burn down our investments in minutes to those that dig holes in our pockets due to constant replacement and huge consumption of our ZESCO units. Savenda Electric introduces the new and advanced electric bulb with cutting-edge technology of LED that has low power consumption, gives out bright white light, and lasts up to 25,000 hours. Savenda Electric manufactures all types of LED light, like plastic LED fluorescent tubes, down lights, ceiling lights, outdoor fittings, and solar street lights made to customer specifications. Let's live on the bright side of life by choosing the wide range of Savenda electric lighting solutions that are available in all leading stores and supermarkets countrywide. For orders, call 0962 642 490 or email jnbunda@savenda.com or pchabula@savenda.com.
Once again, thank you for choosing us. The news in detail. Seka Market in LUSAKA'S KAUNDA Square Stage 1 has been turned into a dump site, forcing people out of the premises to conduct their businesses outside the market. Some of the traders spoken to have told Camnet News that the market has no proper waste mechanism collection, prompting the traders to dump waste in the market shelter. Meanwhile, Area Member of Parliament Mike Mposha, who toured the market, expressed disappointment that the market traders have abandoned designated trading spaces, resulting in unscrupulous people to start dumping garbage in the market. Details in this report.
This market shelter at Seka Market of LUSAKA'S KAUNDA Square Stage 1, which was recently renovated by the Zambia National Service with the capacity to accommodate more than 6,000 traders, has been turned into a dump site for waste, while marketeers have resolved to be trading from outside the market. This development not only posed a health hazard to the few traders left in the market, but has also been affecting their businesses. Some of the traders spoken to have attributed this careless activity to lack of a waste dump site at the market, which has forced the traders to resolve to dumping the waste inside of the market, forcing some marketeers to desert their trading spaces.
koko baserere na bino so takulu kwa kuposera nasa bale posta hapa lero si bale kunyana mumayanda mwamo bakwata na chance wambo kula kuyo mumayanda bale lita
ine ndali kudwala kutoza kuti mabini batira pafupi na tebulu era yaletesa chifine sichisila.
Meanwhile, Area Member of Parliament Mike Mposha is not happy with the development and has warned all traders to move inside of the market to prevent people from indiscriminately disposing waste, adding that government will soon swing into action to force the traders to occupy the market shelter.
We need our people to utilize this, and here we have given them a 5 days ultimatum, which is ending on Sunday. Sunday we are bringing both the state and the council police officers to ensure that everybody trades in a permitted trading place, the market. We can't spend so much government money and then people begin to dump garbage right in the market. So everybody must move.
The Lusaka City Council has since moved in to clear the heaps of garbage in the market and are hopeful that after the exercise is complete, traders will occupy the trading spaces.
There is no excuse. I've been told that an ultimatum has been given up to Sunday for everyone to lodge back into the market, a beautiful place, and to bring back normalcy. We do not expect to have any resistance from our people because this is how it ought to be. The times of the past when people deserted the designated trading places, bus stops, is slowly getting consumed and is going to be over. So I'm just appealing to our trader mothers to comply.
Prudence Chota reporting for Camnet TV News.
Workers belonging to Siltech Engineering, a company contracted by the Lusaka City Council to unblock drainages and sweep roads in Monali constituency, have allegedly been hounded out of Mutendere compound by cobblers who say the workers are disturbing the operations of public service buses from which they benefit from. Speaking to Camnet News, the workers who have vowed never to return to Mutendere compound until the security is provided have alleged that they were Thursday afternoon beaten up by the said cowboys at Mutendere market who say they are making business slow for buses as they block some roads during work. The workers have therefore called on the Lusaka City Council to ensure that they are protected from harassment as they endeavor to keep the area clean.
These are workers of Siltech Engineering, a company that is contracted by the Lusaka City Council LCC to clean drainages and sweep roads in Monali constituency, who have downed tools in Mutendere compound after allegedly being harassed by cowboys making money from public service buses while carrying out their duty. The workers narrate that they are in conflict with some cowboys at Mutendere market who harassed them Thursday afternoon while working, resulting in some of them being beaten up, as the cowboys feel that the workers are preventing buses from passing freely as they sweep and carry out their work, hence making business slow for them.
Mumbali abanishi basebenza kumbuyo tusapo motoka hapa chasiani wasirize kulonga chevili hapa tsaifendeza motoka babwira na beba je penga tini bandani baba kansela babwira na babuza na bashitire explain abeve babwira na bantu bawo ndio kwamba manje kunisirusa motoka manje ndio manje bambokonya makofi manje bamutenga mamurera bambonjonkora jonkora achameni ndanda ulako chabe chikulu kumtendere kuja mkoipa bareteko bantu bosebenzerako bwino batuyanganireko bosebeza kwamene n'abafuna kuti company ino ipitirize kula kumtendere kusha bangwina ngwangafe wayi beve bana balesa kuchita kupezeka machani muja kupundilira beve kuja bakaliko makada mailo sembe driver usembe sindise kuponyana n'abaja mangwangwazi sembe anafa ucha manje abatipemba kuti atiyanganireko tizisebenza bwino nati kuzinkhala chongo chifukwa kupaya muntu chinthu choyipa ndabenzera mambuleta zitopokolola mambuleta kusakucha.
Others have vowed never to return to Mutendere compound until the safety is secured by the council.
Tuyopa kuenda sasa kumtendere wakatuata kwa trafiki kamba kontrola tepa mletu zapwela kola nilishi yetu kulitoti maningi na kansela akauza bantu bake.
My people are afraid to go back to Mutendere to work from there because they are fearing that they will be harassed the same way it happened yesterday. The company from the Ngwangwazi, I don't know if they are cowboys and conductors, trying to beat up our driver, fighting our women. And when I contacted the councillor to come to our aid, only to find that some of his members from the WDC were involved. That's how he escaped and never made a comment.
Meanwhile, in a phone interview, Mutendere wa 34 Councillor Boniface Chiweka has advised affected workers to call for a meeting involving the council and the Zambia police to find a permanent solution to the problem.
Because that is just a one-off incident. They've been working in the world for a very long time. That has never happened. It's just a one-off. They can be worried. Even me, I'm concerned about their lives and their safety. But that is just a one-off, and it's not something that has been happening now. So it's just a one-off incident, a misfortune, of course. But that cannot be a basis to pull out of Mutendere just because of that.
The workers have called for a peaceful working environment as they endeavor to keep their community clean, stating that this is key to preventing various diseases. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Some businesswomen in Lusaka have given up on the Constituency Development Fund, stating that they are not motivated to apply for funding under cooperatives in 2023 as they did not benefit from the fund in 2022. The traders spoken to by Camnet TV say some of them have only heard of people benefiting through cooperatives but have never seen anyone close to them benefiting, making them think it's a scam. Others have called for more sensitization, stating that they do not understand the concept of forming cooperatives.
While one would expect more citizens to be eager to form cooperatives and apply for funding under Constituency Development Fund (CDF) in 2023, some businesswomen in Lusaka say they have given up hope on the initiative as they did not benefit in 2022. Following the increase of CDF from 1.6 million to 25.7 million kwacha in 2022, citizens were encouraged to form cooperatives and write business proposals, which would see the best candidates receiving different packages of funding. This, however, did not go well with many business people in the informal sector who say the requirement of writing business proposals was disadvantaging many of them, as few of them were literate. They said funds were highly competitive, meaning that not even all those that managed to present business proposals were successful. The scenario that prevailed in 2022 has discouraged some businesswomen in Lusaka who say they're not inspired to apply in 2023.
Then tinabwata nembesako futi ya cooperative certificate inachoka but tutindama tupase manje kulibe kwa metinga yenu to yatitanize tilibe so business yatu inagwa tilibe napogwira tema bwana so cha betingo yangana makatundu tilibe ndrama kutatipasa kuza cooperative sizioneka tayesa tingoenda daily time na time tungoenda kwa bila December tungo sensema endani uko but ndrama kulibe.
Others, however, say they will continue trying, urging other citizens to do the same.
Kutenga kwa kaena yo ma 5 pin. Benzotenga vachokako babiri, futi mwavira benda ngati vachokako batatu, but monga pano ro 1 banatenga. Fred Joe. Tiembekeza pana setikatenga tinazimvera wanazichosa.
Manje yo business tizaiona bwanje bwino pakuti tilibe ndrama tilibe ndrama zavuta ndrama zingenesa ma business ya bwera down. Koma wakati pasa emene ayo mandalama mana ti promisa ma 5 pin. Tikalikuwa makapito. Tizachichita.
The business women have however called for more education surrounding the fund, stating that many are still ignorant on how it works. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Meanwhile, an alliance for civil society organizations says there is need to prioritize closing of all potential loopholes for the misuse of the Constituency Development Fund in 2023. Speaking to Camnet News, Civil Society Decentralization Alliance Network National Coordinator Ernest Mwenya explains that civil society organizations expect the full utilization of funds in 2023, no incidences of corruption. He states that while audits of CDF are welcome, preventing misappropriation of public resources is key. This year, Soldan National Coordinator adds that civil society organizations stand ready to work with the local authority to monitor the use of the funds and report any irregularities.
We had to sit down and revise the policies. We had, because now we have the new decentralization policy with its implementation framework. So we expect a CSO done to see how we can come together, different people, to implement it together. Government working together with civil society organization and other cooperating partners to implement the decentralization policy and the decentralization implementation plan. We are happy because we've seen that certain functions have already been devolved to the local authorities. So we expect that this will bring in efficiency and effectiveness in terms of approvals, in terms of getting work started, because like in 2022 everything was being pointed to the local government ministry, but now these functions have been devolved, I think, to the provincial authorities. So we expect effectiveness, we expect efficiency in the disbursement of funds. A lot of people at community level have also become aware of the availability of, so I think even the aspect of wanting to access this funding is going to increase.
Vice President MUTALE NALUMANGO has re-echoed government's stance on the availability of drugs in health facilities. Speaking when she checked 4 health facilities in Lusaka, Mrs. NALUMANGO says the information dissemination gap has been noted, resulting in people saying there is a shortage of medicines. Records are that Levi Mwanawasa University Teaching Hospital has availability of drugs standing at 93%. Chipata Level 1 Hospital is at 75% drug availability. Miriam Kaimba was there and found this report.
Following complaints by the public and various stakeholders on perceived shortage of essential drugs in public hospitals, the country's Vice President MUTALE NALUMANGO Friday morning conducted a surprise tour at 4 health facilities in Lusaka to fact-check the availability of drugs. For quite some time, information has hit the public with news that public health facilities in the country have been hit by critical shortage of essential drugs. As per tradition, before responding to any information, the government, through the Vice President, took time to inquire from technocrats, hence the visit.
If they don't have some emergency drugs, they can run to this room or to these people and they'll be able to supply. Like if Kanyama doesn't have Jipata this, they can run here to get something for emergency. So they stop here.
The Vice President firstly started a surprise visit with Levi Mwanawasa Hospital, followed by Chipata Level 1, then proceeded to Matero, and the last health facility to close a tour this morning was the University Teaching Hospital. During her visit, the Vice President was informed that drugs in these facilities are available. Levi Mwanawasa Hospital Senior Medical Superintendent John Musuku informed the Vice President, who was in the company of the media, that the hospital has 93% of essential medicines, while HIV and AIDS, malaria and TB drugs are at 100% capacity.
We are using our locally generated funds, and actually 90% of the monthly grant to buy these commodities. We've always been above 60%, despite ZAMSA being at around 40–50%. Yeah, so we've taken it upon ourselves to equip or to stock this hospital.
While at Chipata Level 1 Hospital, Medical Superintendent Matamata said the availability of essential medicines is at 75%, while antiviral drugs are at 100%. Dr. Mata, however, alluded to the fact that in the last 3 months, medical supplies to the facility were a challenge, but have been supplemented by cooperating partners and the National Health Insurance Management Authority. The situation was also the same at Matero and UTH Hospital. The availability of essential drugs in public health facility fluctuates, however, it is above 60%.
So sometimes there is fluctuation of the drug levels. So there's no situation where we no drugs. No, we can have low drugs, but no drugs. So fluctuation. One moment can even be 80%. But when we are 80%, that means that we're going to be 80% throughout. Because we consume. Consumption. The public are there, the population of Lusaka is increasing.
The Vice President was, however, displeased with the bad working attitude of some health workers. This was in line with some of the complaints she had received from patients during a tour.
For me to come around, because if I find something wrong, I think you have heard me talk about certain things. The attitude should be worked on. There's no medicine to attitude. You are the medicine. You chose to do this, do it. But where they are doing well, where we are wrong, the drug levels in the country may have gone very low, but it fluctuates. I think that's what we pick here. So today, we are at, you went as far as 60. This is the lowest, but today, yeah. So when do you expect to receive more?
Okay, today we have been receiving from Gamsa.
You understand?
Yes.
So when we are here, it's saying 60. When they take stock, it may rise, but it should never fall to dangerous levels. Our people must go to the right health facility and get the right care.
Miriam Kaimba reporting for Camnet TV News.
United Party for National Development Kasempa District Chairperson Evans Kapanza has been suspended from the district leadership. This means that Mr. Kapanza, who is also Shirende Ward Councillor, cannot perform duties as district chairperson of the party. Speaking to journalists after addressing party officials and supporters in Kasempa District, Northwestern Province, UPND Acting Provincial Chairman Stanford Mulusa says UPND is a disciplined party and the party officials have no moral right to lock government officers. Mr. Mulusa says the suspension is to pave way for investigations in order to fully understand what really happened. On January 4th, 2023, Shiwende Ward Councillor Evans Kapanza locked the office of Kasempa District Administrative Office, Neboth Lubelenga, without his consent.
Also advise, it's not a warning, but an advice to our youths, the party structures, the officials, cadres, that His Excellency the President would want a disciplined member of the party, would want a disciplined cadre, would want a disciplined leadership of the party. Countrywide, as long as you are UPND, you must know that the leadership of UPND is the leadership that is true, is the leadership that would want peace, is the leadership that would promote discipline, is the leadership that will promote the rule of law. And from now on, we have suspended the youth chairman from the leadership, and get it right. Okay? We have suspended him from the leadership as a district chairperson of the party. He won't lead the youths in the party for now, so that we pave way for investigations to fully understand what could have happened. We shall inform you as time goes on the action that will be taken formally. For now, he's suspended from the leadership of the district. We want a youth that is disciplined. We want a youth that should follow procedure. Even when you are right, you shouldn't do a wrong thing, but by going your own way. We should follow the party procedure. We have a procedure that we should follow when you have a complaint. We don't have a procedure of going to lock a government office. We don't have that in UPN.
In other news, Mapatizia Member of Parliament Imelda Munashabantu has challenged the Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development to find the right investors to the recently discovered lithium in the area. Speaking when Minister of Mines Paul Kabose convened a meeting with Mapatizia administration leadership Friday, Ms. Munashabantu says the people of Mapatizia are tired of investors who never take social corporate responsibility seriously. She says the area has seen an infestation of foreign nationals coming to source for minerals while the local people are living in fear. And Mines Minister Paul Kabose says he will visit the mining sites to appreciate the challenges the people of Mapatizia are experiencing.
Zeroing in on lithium, Honorable Minister, we have got 2 companies which have been mining in Mapatizia. I'm not going to say what they have been mining because I don't think they have a lithium license. But the places we are mining, getting our lithium, that is the place they have been mining. So we are worried. And these companies have been mining since. Example is Malak mining company. It has been in Mapatisia, I don't know for how long, how many years now? Closer to 5-6 years. We have seen nothing from that company. Not even a house, just tents. They have since removed the tents, and there's no trace of their existence in Mapatisia.
We have heard your concerns, and before we say a lot, we have to visit the site, check what is there, and then be able to make decisions now as to how we can have a structured way of doing things. What is important is for you, the local leadership, the members of parliament, the member of parliament, the DC, the mayor, and all other leaders to pull in one direction. That is point number one. We need all to provide leadership. Because if we do not provide leadership, there will be confusion. By the way, including our security wings.
Government has announced a cut down in electricity exports due to low power generation. Energy Minister Peter Kapala has, however, explained that government will not completely do away with the exports to maintain existing power markets. The minister says currently ZESCO is a cash-strapped entity, adding that the little exports are the ones cushioning the power utilities operations. Engineer Kapala states that government is alive to the disruption being caused by the ongoing load management, but that it is cautious of ensuring that there is no complete shutdown. The minister said this in an exclusive interview with Zanis in Lusaka, further explaining that currently water levels at Kariba Dam stand at 3.4 meters, way below the previous years. Zanis has more.
Zambia has been exporting about 430 megawatts of electricity to other countries. But due to low power generation at the Kariba North Bank power station, in view of low water levels, Minister of Energy Peter Kapala has announced a cut down in power exports to cushion the local demand.
We've cut back a bit, even on some of the exports that we've been doing, export to Zimbabwe, DRC, Botswana, Tanzania. We've cut back so that we do with what we've got, and they understand. In Namibia, there's 180 megawatts. So we will cut back a bit so that at least we don't disrupt that market, because it's an important market. Exports are important. ZESCO is cash-strapped, and it's the exports that has kept us going for a while.
Engineer Kapala says despite the difficult situation the country finds itself in regarding power generation, government is doing everything possible to ensure that industries that drive the economy are kept running.
To ask ZESCO to scale down from the 1050 or 1080 megawatts to 500 megawatts. So that is to 800 megawatts. Okay, so you find that ZESCO lost, or the country lost 600 megawatts. That's quite a lot of power. So we had to find ways and means to keep industry going to some extent. That whatever we've got, let's use it prudently, so that we don't face a situation whereby we continue generating the same quantity, but water will finish and then a complete shutdown.
President Hakainde Hichilema, in a media statement, also says his administration is much alive to the disruption caused by the ongoing load management to various economic sectors, small-scale businesses, vital installations, households and ordinary people, and government is doing everything possible to mitigate these challenges in the immediate and long term. Kalan Mchima reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
We'll take a break.
2022 is gone. By God's special grace, you and us have survived and have seen the mercies of God. 2023 has arrived. Jehovah's promises and goodness will be your portion. Pastors Victoria and Moses Chiluba invites all the Lusaka residents to this 2023 Thanksgiving service at the Healing Word Ministries International. Date 8th January 2023. Time 9 hours to 11 hours. Venue the Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill. May favor, divine connection to your elevation be your position for 2023. See you there.
It's Bata's back to school with a bang this January 2023. Save more kwacha with amazing slashed prices on all Taffy school shoes at Bata. Enjoy school shopping with a wide variety of assorted merchandise such as school bags and socks. Bata also has in stock white and blue school shirts for your school uniform shopping convenience. Visit your nearest Bata store countrywide and get back to school for January 2023 in magnificent Taffy style. Bata Taffys, built to last, built for life. T's and C's apply.
Your skin is the biggest muscle in your body. That's why we make sure that Oracle is #1 when it comes to taking care of your precious skin. Oracle Pure Petroleum Jelly and Glycerin soothes, moisturizes and keeps your skin perfect. Oracle Pure Petroleum products for that perfect skin.
You know I can take her a bit.
Yes, my dear.
I was thinking of getting you a Bugatti on your birthday.
Really?
I'm quiet. My name is Yana.
Don't worry, my dear. That's why there is insurance.
Insurance?
You heard me.
Not just any kind of insurance, but Savenda General Insurance, a company that offers superior customer service, highly professional and dedicated staff. We are not just any insurance company, but an insurance company that actually pays our claims. We cover, among others, fire, marine, aviation, engineering, agriculture, motor vehicle, and miscellaneous insurance. So, live life to the full, knowing that Savenda General Insurance has got you covered. Savenda General Insurance. Insurance excellence.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying on. United Teachers Union of Zambia has appealed to teachers countrywide to follow the directive given by government to have their teaching practicing licenses, application and renewal done through the payroll mode. UNITA's Media and International Relations Director Gracious Mutale says his union is of the view that the move will bring to an end the pressure teachers go through during the registration and renewal periods.
Following directive by government to have the teaching practicing license application and renewal to now be done through the payroll mode, United Teachers Union of Zambia, UNITUS, is appealing to teachers countrywide to embrace the gesture. As a labor movement with the interest of teacher members at heart, we feel that this move will bring to an end the pressure teachers go through during the registration and renewal periods. We believe this measure will now effectively deal with the issue of non-compliance by some educators, which to some extent was caused by stressful registration regime employed there. With this long overdue move, teachers will no longer be subjected to constant threats of disciplinary measures for not acquiring the teaching license. Meanwhile, United Teachers Union of Zambia is appealing to government to extend reporting date and grace period for grades 8 and 10 to enable parents adequately prepare and be ready to send their children to schools where their children will be selected. The delays in the selection process and issuance of acceptance letters to selected learners cannot be overlooked. Therefore, government should come in decisively and facilitate for a smooth and orderly beginning to the teaching and learning process of grades 8 and 10.
A Lusaka businesswoman has narrated before the court how she was left disturbed after reading an article that National Democratic Congress leader Savoy Imboila posted on her Facebook page late 2022. Ellen Mibenge, 44, of Chalala area, was testifying in a case in which Ms. Imboila is charged with offences injurious to the public in general. Ms. Mibenge told the Lusaka Magistrate Court that Ms. Imboila's Facebook post contained allegations against State House Media Director Clayson Hamasaka of how he was taking advantage of women. The witness testifies that she was shocked with the allegations that Ms. Imboila had put across, as she knew Mr. Hamasaka's personality. Ms. Imboila, 45, of Lilai, is facing 1 count of offences injurious to the public in general, contrary to Section 111 of the Penal Code, Chapter 8(7) of the laws of Zambia. It is alleged that Imboila, between September 9th, 2022 and September 10th, 2022 in Lusaka jointly, whilst acting together with persons unknown, did publish derogatory remarks against Clayson Hamasaka on a Facebook page called Savoy Imboila SI. In other news, the Emeralds and Semi-Precious Stones Association of Zambia says it has engaged Grizzly Mining to ensure that mining equipment is procured to be used in the extraction of emeralds. In an interview, Mr. Kalesha says the talks have reached an advanced stage and has therefore called on small-scale miners to bring their mining documents to prepare to benefit from the initiative. He adds that the association is also in talks with key stakeholders such as the Zambia Embassy in France and the First Secretary Trade and Commerce at the Zambian Embassy in India to ensure adequate marketing of the emerald sector to attain maximum post-production. The SMART's president has further assured of other interventions that the association is putting in place to make sure the mining sector thrives.
And I think now we would say we have reached almost 70% of the discussions. The only link that is remaining is to have a roundtable meeting with the government, Grizzly Mining, and ourselves as Emerald and Semi-Precious Stones Mining Association of Zambia to create the modalities of how we're going to access this equipment and what happens thereafter when the equipment is accessed and we go into operations and produce. That is what is remaining. So we would like to be grateful to Grizzly Mining proprietor. We are proud because he's an African, and Africans should celebrate Africa. This is an African who has said, all right, these are my fellow Africans and they are struggling and have been into production and have got the equipment. So instead of them remaining dormant and idle, I'm going to support them. So we are grateful to Grizzly Mining proprietor, Mr. Abdullahi Njaye, for coming up with an initiative for accepting our request that he should be able to help us. So we would like to urge our members to be patient.
We'll take another break. When we return, we have sports and international news. Stay with us.
Have you been facing perpetual failure, stagnation, spiritual, psychological, mental, marital, and financial challenges in your life and family? Do you experience generational cases or strange attacks in your life? Come and attend the first 2023 breakthrough overnight prayer meeting and learn about the battle that has been raging against your spirit, soul, and body. 2023 has been declared as the year of divine connection and elevation. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International, or Camnet Television Headquarters. Date, 6th January 2023. Time, 20 hours to 05 hours. Speakers, Evangelist Jomas.
We are protected because God wants to see each one of us.
Bishop Tanda Peter Mlenga, Christian Word Center International, Bishop Chisenga, Hope of Glory, and your hosts, Pastors Victoria and Moses Chiluba.
This is your year. I said this is your year. Witches or no witches, you are going higher. Amen. Whether people don't want you to be promoted, you will go far. I said you will go far.
Note, the year has just begun. Come and be part of this great night and make a difference in your life, family, and business. Get tired of going in circles. Invite your relatives and friends. See you there.
In our quest to serve nations and develop Africa, Savenda is investing in the agriculture sector so as to produce supply for both local and international markets. housing over 12,000 pullets that are nurtured and fed with our locally made stock feed that comes from our own locally grown maize and soya beans, all processed from our recently installed milling and mixing plant. Our over 95,000 layers have an output capacity of over 1,500 trays of fresh eggs per day that are carefully selected and packaged for all the leading stores and supermarkets nationwide. Our greenhouses are fitted with the latest irrigation system, and the seedlings are nurtured to ensure only healthy plants reach the fields. With our deliberate planting schedule, we are better placed to supply constantly without interruption, thus reliable. Savenda Farms is also changing lives of its dedicated workforce drawn from the local community and beyond. So the next time you think fresh and green, think Savenda Farms.
Good news, good news. The rains have started. You need to plan your future. Generational wealth is the way to go. Has grafted avocado plants fruiting within 2 to 3 years for sale at only 90 kwacha each, and ordinary avocados at only 45 kwacha each. Contact us on 0979 753010 or 0962 965 883. We are open from 8 hours to 17 hours, Monday to Friday, at Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill, opposite Hilltop Hospital.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying on. In international news, the government in Chad said Thursday it had foiled an attempt of destabilization plot by the army officers and the prominent human rights activist. The group of 11 officers led by Baradine Badei, president of the Chadian Organization of Human Rights, were behind the attempt. According to a government statement, the security services arrested those responsible sometimes after December 8th. The statement added a formal investigation had been opened for the violation of the Constitution order, criminal association allegations, illegal possession of firearm and complicity, said Communications Minister. Here is a roundup of international news.
The government in Chad said Thursday that it had stopped an attempted destabilization plot by army officers and a prominent human rights activist. A group of 11 officers led by Baradine Badei Taguio, president of the Chadian Organization of Human Rights, were behind the attempt, according to the government statement. The security services arrested those responsible sometime after December 8, the statement added. A formal investigation had been opened for violation of the constitutional order, criminal association, illegal possession of a firearm, and complicity, said Communications Minister and government spokesperson Aziz Mahmoud Saleh. Taguio was sentenced in February 2021 to 3 years in jail on charges of undermining the constitutional order for having written that Chad's then leader, General Idriss Déby Itno, was seriously ill. Déby, who died in April 2022, has been replaced by his son, General Mahamat Idriss Déby Itno.
An Eritrean asylum seeker waits anxiously in London to know if she is going to be deported to Rwanda. Her story echoes that of many others who have arrived in Britain looking for a better life. Her future, however, remains uncertain.
Yeah, when I think about Rwanda, I cannot sleep in the night because I have a lot of problem in my life before, and now come a new problem. I think it is not safe country. I don't know. I don't have any idea about Rwanda. What is Rwanda? safe, no safe, I don't have any idea.
The UK government has signed a deal with Rwanda to fly illegal arrivals there before their asylum claims are even considered.
I have traveled from Eritrea to Sudan by foot, and from Sudan to Egypt, then from Egypt to Italian, then from Italian to Switzerland, then from Switzerland to France, then from France to UK, and now I am tired. I don't have power to go to another country and the new country, new life. I think it is finished for me. It is not. I don't have more power to do anything.
Last year, a record of more than 45,000 refugees arrived in UK illegally by crossing the channel by boat.
The campaign for Sunday's January 8 legislative elections in Benin ends this Friday at midnight. 7 parties, 3 of which claim to be in opposition, are vying for the 109 seats in the National Assembly. Among them, Le Democrat, the party of former President Thomas Boni Yayi, is participating in the ballot for the first time and will have to measure its strength. The Bloc Republicain BR, the party of the presidential movement, best rooted in the north, will have a strong opponent this time in this area where the former head of state is based. Discreet since the beginning of the campaign, former President Thomas Boni Yayi has made trips to several localities in the north of Benin this week. Habib Toure Dramani, deputy on the Democratic list in the 8th district, sees this as an asset for its party's campaign, able to galvanize voters. Article 44 of the legislation stipulates that the number of deputies in the National Assembly is 109, including 24 seats reserved exclusively for women. The director of the electoral body, Sena, gave an update on preparation to the press in a huge room where all election materials were stored. He said the entire perimeter is secured by armed soldiers. The last legislative election in 2019 was marked by violence and the absence of the opposition.
That's it for international news. We'll go straight into sports news. Former Chelsea striker and manager Gianluca Vialli, who played 59 times for Italy, has died at the age of 58. He was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2017, but said in April 2020 he had been given the all clear. Vialli was re-diagnosed in 2021 and in December 2022 left a role with Italy national team to focus on his health. The FIGC confirmed that the minute silence in the memory of Vialli will be held before all Italian matches this week. Vialli made his Italy debut in 1985, a year after joining Sampdoria, where he would win the Serie A title and European Cup Winners' Cup during 8 seasons with the club. Vialli helped Sampdoria reach 1992 European Cup final, but after losing the Barcelona, he moved to Juventus for then world record fee of £12 million. Vialli spent 4 seasons with Juventus, winning the Champions League, UEFA Cup and Serie A titles. Vialli joined Chelsea on a free transfer in 1996 and became player-manager in 1998, the first Italian to manage a Premier League side, taking over from the sacked Ruud Gullit late in the season, and went on to lead Blues to victory in the League Cup, UEFA Cup Winners' and UEFA Cup Super Cup. He also guided Chelsea to victory in the 2000. In October 2019, he was appointed to Italy's Brookroom staff by manager and former Sampdoria teammate. But that's where we wrap it up this evening. The headlines once again. Vice President MUTALE NALUMANGO assures drug availability countrywide. LUSAKA'S KAUNDA Square Market turned into a dump site. CSOs pledged to support government in monitoring Constituency Development Fund. In international news, Chad says it foiled destabilization bid by officers. And in sports news, former Chelsea striker and manager has died at the age of 58. We look at the Camnet verse of the day. It's coming from 2 Corinthians 4:18, and it reads, "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." Thank you so much for choosing Camnet TV. My name is Sharon Kalimula. Good night and keep watching.